Woods. With me are James Ellerby and Alexander Hewitt. This is our cybersecurity knowledge management database project. So we have an online portal for this project. So this can either be hosted locally or you can host it on a web server so that all of your employees or members of your organization can access it from wherever you are. Login is required for this project. All the users, usernames and passwords and such are stored in the database. And if you already haven't logged in as a valid user, then you won't be able to access any of the website's pages. So why don't you go ahead and log in, Joey?
So this is the home page, and if you select an asset from the drop-down, you can see that there are several. One of them, for the sake of demonstration, building doesn't have any to show what happens when it tries to pull threats tied to an asset in the database that doesn't have any. So if we go to see common threats for computer, we can see the common threats for the computer. A lot of them are, test threats like ASDF, FDSA. So we use Django's paginator for separating the pages, and we have next and last and all that. If we go to next, we can see the next page of threats. If we go back, click on first, we can click on virus, and it'll pull up the details from that Joey will talk about.
Do you want to submit a threat first?
Yeah, submit a threat. If we submit a threat, if we type something garbage, like something that's all spaces, or the alphanumerics don't have any letters, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it hits submit, it won't accept the threat. Like, you go to it and it's not there. And we go back to Joey can talk about the virus.
All right, so the purpose of this is the user should be able to look up any information they want within an organization. And so if you're logged in and you click on a threat for an asset, in this case computer, I'll click on virus. This is the basis of our project, the security ontology. So this threat detail view gives you all of the information for selected asset threat combo. So with computer and virus, the first thing you want to see is an advice. So what is the advice on virus? So you want to have antivirus. So with addition to this, users cannot change this data from the user portal. Only admins or administrator users in this project are able to go in and add information such as vulnerability. In fact, all of these. So they can't add. They can submit a threat for an admin to go in and add information to, and then accept it. But then they have to add the vulnerability, attack, or countermeasure, the CIA, and severity. So in addition to that, so some example data that we would probably see for the threat virus for attacker, well, malware is typically the vector in which a virus occurs for the asset computer. Countermeasure example for that would be firewall, and severity for malware can be high. So we'll go back home and then demonstrate the building thing. So if there's no threats, that's a good thing. That means admins haven't added threats for that specific asset, or no threats were submitted for that specific asset. So then now I guess we'll transition to talking about questions.
That sounds good.
All right.
So if you're a member of this organization and there's some issue that you have other than the threats that are listed there, like if you just want to know, like, what are common threats when working with email and things like that, then you can go to that threats view. But if you don't see what you need there, then you can go to the questions and see if someone else has asked a question that is relevant to you, or even add your own question. So do we want to add a question, Joey? Or
sure.
Just search for a question. So there's no question, what is a virus yet? So then you could submit your own question. And so that question now has been submitted. and a new field has been added to the database, uh, to the questions database. And so now people can answer that question.
Okay, but at this point, I guess look at the one that already exists and has answers.
Okay, that sounds good.
So can I plug it in a USB?
Okay, so this question, several people have already provided answers to this question, and to help the user get an idea of how useful those answers are, there's an upvote downvote system. And so if you just click on the up or down buttons, do you want to click on one of those, Joey? Okay. And you can see that the ordering of the answers actually changed when the vote changed. So these are all sorted by the number of up and down votes they get, so that the one that appears at the top is hopefully the most useful one, certainly the most upvoted one. And that way you can click through those and see if see what the answer to your question is. You can also, if you're trying to help the other members of your organization, then you can submit a new answer. All right, what else do we have to look over, Joey? Or do you want to say anything about the answer or the questions and answers, Joey?
I can quickly add, I'm just add a no. So we'll go back into that question and see that an answer was added. And so, yes, we can add in, users can add in submit new answers to questions. I guess at this point, I think we've shown everything, so we can just show out the logout functionality. And
Did we talk about how we hosted this on AWS?
did we? I think you began with that, right?
Um, just to mention that again as a sort of oh yeah, we did talk about it, but as a proof of concept, we did host this project on AWS ourselves. We have an EC2 instance there, and we used Nginx to deploy the project. So that is a valid option for an organization, is they can put this on their web server and use it that way. Okay. And what else? What did you say you wanted to do next, Joey?
I guess show the last thing that a user would do is log out of their user account. So
Yep.
I'll click the logout button, log in
And now
again,
you're
and now
logged
they
out.
can't.
And then
Yep.
if you tried to type in a different URL now, like you could go to the homepage /questions, and it wouldn't allow you to.
Question. Oh, I misspelled it. My bad. That's my fault.
Yeah.
So we have to log in to see that page.
Yeah. So this provides some security. There's also a lot of security that features provided by Django that we took advantage of. Like there's some built-in like cross-site scripting protection and things like that. So that as long as you use the right tools within Django, you can easily take advantage of those. So we've done that. So there is some security there. All right, I think that about wraps things up. Do you or Alex have any other thoughts?
I think we're good. I think that covers about everything, or it does cover everything.
Okay.
Stop recording.